Next, let's talk about provision for contingencies. I mean, contingencies should be provided as a part of cost of project itself, because we are trying to build future, and future is always uncertain. So we have to expect certain uncertainties. Underline certain uncertainties. So from the estimated cost of project, let's say 5 to 10% can be provided as contingency. In highly uncertain project, it can go up to 15%, 5 to 15%. Okay, and this contingency can be provided for various reasons. Number one, it can be on account of escalation in cost of items. I mean, in cost of project, you have loaded various items, but the cost of these items are expected to increase because of various reasons, like the change in prices itself, or all of a sudden change in taxes, or rise in transportation cost, or say foreign exchange rates. Let's take an example. Okay, let's say the supplier agreed to sell the product for 10 lakh when you have asked for quotation, but let's say after some point of time they had an overall change in policy and they want to make it as 11 lakh. So there is increase in the price by 1 lakh. And let's say the change in taxes. So for let's say GST was applied only at the rate of say something like 5%, and government had brought out changes making it as 10% or greater than that, then that's going to influence your cost. And transportation, I mean, the overall transportation cost increased because of aircraft carriers, or let's say railways, or ships, or even the roadways. They have changed the tariff, and that's going to have impact. And foreign exchange rates, because of appreciation or depreciation of your home currency against foreign currency, there are impact, and that is going to result in escalation of cost of items. Okay, so these can be one set of reasons. And the another reason why you should provide for contingency can be delay in implementation of project. Okay, the delay can be on account of various macro factors which can be beyond the control of the company. Let's say it can be on account of political reasons, or it can be on account of say environmental reasons, or even say like labor union, or say electricity related issues. Okay, and all these will increase the cost of the project. That's why we have to provide for this. It can also be on account of technical and other factors. Then there will be various unforeseen items, or there will be various unforeseen expenses which were initially omitted. I mean, when you have envisaged the projects, you did not expect for these items, but without these items, now you land on to a stage where you cannot complete the project. Okay, for these purposes also provision for contingency should be made. Then your role is you have to comment whether the provision for contingency, okay, whatever made 5%, 10%, 15%, is it reasonable? Okay, so you have to say whether the estimate is reasonable with respect to firm cost, non-firm cost, and project implementation schedule. I mean, see, when the cost is fully firm, I mean, you do not expect major changes in the cost elements. The provision can be minimum like let's say 5%. Okay, but when the cost is not firm, when they are expected to undergo changes because of various factors which we have discussed shortly, okay, then you may require even a higher rate of say you may require higher rate of contingency. And it also varies upon the project implementation schedule. If the project implementation is within short period, then there is no need for higher contingencies. Okay, because it's very short future. But if the project has a longer implementation period, then the future is longer, and so the risk is also higher. In those cases, yes, you have to provide for higher contingencies.
Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you like this lecture. If you wish to learn more on the areas related to this topic, check our comprehensive course. I have shared the details and link in the description below. Click Sign up and enroll. I'll see you inside the course.